Hi there. I wanted to share with you a couple tricks or techniques for checking your simulation model, because there's nothing worse than building a model and then you run it and you get results and you don't have confidence that the model itself is running the way it should. In other words, running the model and then really not being able to have full confidence in the data you're looking at, the throughput numbers or the percentages of working and blocked and utilization. Nothing's worse than that. So one way to reduce that kind of anxiety about your model is to test it ahead of time with a couple techniques that I'll show you here. So what we're looking at is a very simple model, and you can download this if you like from the website. The title, the file name of this Excel file is How to Check Your Simulation Model. And so let's take a look at what we have here. We have one flow. Again, this is a very simple model. So one flow only called main. And then we have 5 assembly stations. So very linear, and 5 workers. And the flow, again, is completely sequential. 1 goes to 2 to 3 to 4. And then we have 4 products. So keeping it simple again. Now here's where you have an opportunity to test your model. We have a table called process time where you have your processing times. But what I always do basically when I'm building a model like this is to create a second process time sheet. And remember, you can name this sheet process time 1, process time 2, process time 3, the different process time sheets. And when you run the model, it's only going to look for the tab that's named process time. So when you rename it to some other name, the simulator, the Lean Design Simulator, is going to ignore that sheet. So this is tremendously handy for us to be able to create different scenarios. And this is also very handy for sequencing. In fact, probably more important, to create different mixes of products and just be able to rename those sheets and not lose your audit trail, basically, of different sequencing scenarios. So here's what I do. I create a process time sheet with the labor times of 1 for everything. And here's another technique while we're looking at this sheet. You can select this process time sheet, the data range, go up to data in your Excel file, and you can slice it and dice it however you want to do that. So if I want to resort it, right now this is sorted by station code, as you can see. But if I just decide to resort it by part code, part number, you can certainly do that and just view it in part number order. And the Lean Design Simulator doesn't care. So it makes it easier. If you want to group all the same stations together to look at those times, that's an easy way to do it. So here's the technique. You name all your times, or you set all your times to 1 minute. And when you run the model, assuming there's no variability, you should get a very easy to analyze or to verify result. So if you run it for, in this model, if you run it for 500 minutes, once the line is wet, you should be completing a unit every minute. Now this works great also if you're doing things like splitting. If you have 25% of the flow going one way and 75% going the other way, it makes it very easy to look at those output numbers and verify that you're getting the numbers you expect. So that's basically the technique. I do it basically on every model because that removes a certain percentage of uncertainty when we actually run the model with variable times and variable products. It removes the uncertainty that the model is working as we expect. The underlying model structure is correct. Great, enjoy, see you later.